Unit of control systems, time domain stability analysis. Contents of these unit are time response, standard test inputs, analysis of first and second order control system, steady state analysis, stability, and Routh's stability criteria. This chapter is for 16 marks. See the unit outcomes for this unit. The first unit outcome is compare the parameter of given standard test inputs. Then identify poles, zeros, type and order of the given transfer function. Third U is sketch pole zero plot from the given transfer function. Then determine output of the given order system for the step input. Calculate time response specifications of the given transfer function. Calculate error constants of the given type of control system. And determine the stability of the given control system using Routh's stability criteria. So these are the unit outcomes of this unit, time domain stability analysis. In this video lecture, we are going to learn what is time response and what are the various standard test inputs used for the control system. First, we will see some definitions. First definition is response. A response is the output obtained after the input signal is applied. Okay, so whatever is the output when the input signal is applied to the system is called as response. Next definition is transient time response. The transient time response is that part of response where time varies from 0 to infinity. Then steady state response. Steady state response is the part of response after the transient response. Now, some standard test inputs used are step input signal, ramp input signal, then parabolic input signal, impulse input signal. First, we will see step input signal. So it is shown in the diagram. You can see it is the graph of the input versus the time, and the step input signal is the constant signal. So let us see the definition. It is the signal in which the amplitude of the signal changes from 0 to the specified level in 0 or no time. Okay, so it is the signal where the amplitude of the signal changes from 0 to the specified value. So here the value is A. So you can see in the diagram the signal amplitude has changed from 0 to A suddenly at the 0 time or at no time. Suddenly it changes. Okay. So this type of signal is known as step input signal. We can mathematically represent this step input signal as R of t is equal to 0 when t is less than 0. You can observe in the diagram R of t is 0. So R of t is nothing but the input. Okay, so it is 0 when t is less than 0, when time is less than 0. Then the input is equal to A when time is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, is it right? from the diagram, when the time is greater than or equal to 0, then the amplitude of r of t, that is this signal, is equal to a. Now let us calculate the Laplace transform of this signal. See, we have to take the Laplace transform of both the sides, that is left side and right hand side of the given equation, and the equation for this step input signal is r of t is equal to a. So taking the Laplace transform, we will get, see, the Laplace of r of t is r of s. Okay, now we have to take the Laplace of a. Now a is the constant term, so it is kept as it is, and we have to take the Laplace of 1. Recall the Laplace transforms, the standard Laplace transform we have studied in the last unit. So the Laplace transform of 1 is 1 upon s. So totally it becomes r of s is equal to a divided by s. Okay, so for the unit step, a is equal to 1 when, see, for the unit step a is equal to 1, when the magnitude of this signal is equal to 1, then r of s becomes 1 upon s. Okay, so this type of step input function is also known as position function, and here the position is equal to a. So this is about the step input signal. The next is ramp input signal. It is the signal which starts with value 0 and increases at constant rate with time. See in the diagram, the ramp function has started from 0, okay, and it increases at constant rate with respect to the time. So mathematically we can represent this ramp signal as r of t is equal to 0 when t is less than 0. Okay, and for t greater than or equal to 0, r of t is equal to at. See, r of t is equal to a into t, since it increases constantly with respect to time. So it is a into t. Now taking the Laplace transform of both the sides, we will get r of s is equal to, again a is constant, keep as it is, Laplace transform of t is 1 upon s square. So finally r of s is equal to a divided by s square. Okay, so this is the Laplace transform of ramp input signal. Now if we consider the unit ramp, that is a is equal to 1, when the amplitude is equal to 1, then r of s will become 1 upon s square. The ramp input function is also known as velocity function. Next is parabolic input signal. It is the signal which is 1 degree faster than the ramp input. So it is faster than the ramp type of input signal we have seen previously, and it is 1 degree faster than that. So it becomes as shown in the diagram. Okay, parabolic input signal. So we can represent it mathematically as r of t is equal to 0 when t is equal to 0. Sorry, r of t is equal to 0 when t less than 0, and r of t is equal to a into t square divided by 2 when t greater than or equal to 0. So the parabolic function is represented as a t square divided by 2. Now take the Laplace transform. Then r of s is equal to a upon 2 is constant, so keep as it is. Now Laplace of t square is s cube divided by, sorry, Laplace of t square is 2s cube. So 2 and 2 will get cancelled and the Laplace transform of parabolic input signal becomes a upon s cube. Then for the unit parabolic signal, that is when a is equal to 1, then the Laplace transform r of s is equal to 1 upon s cube. The parabolic input function is velocity function. Next, impulse input signal. So this signal is of short duration and it is having very high amplitude pulse. The impulse input signal is mathematically calculated as r of t is equal to a when t is equal to 0. You can see in the diagram at t is equal to 0 its amplitude is a, and when t is not equal to 0 it is equal to 0. So it is for very short duration. Okay, so visibly we see some duration but it is very short duration. So let us take the Laplace transform of this signal r of t is equal to a, then it becomes r of s is equal to 1. The impulse input signal is also known as delta function. So this was about four types of input signals. First was step input signal, then ramp input signal, parabolic input signal and impulse input signal. To conclude, in this lecture we have seen definitions of response, transient time response and steady state response. We have also seen four types of standard test inputs. So with this we will stop here and continue in the next lecture.